This week on CBCP News Weekend Report, thousands rally behind clergymen accused of sedition. Bishop saddened by Duterte's veto of security of tenure bill. Faithful urge to make the beauty of Christian faith shine out amid persecution. Church and city government to stop perya gambling for Borongan fiesta. 2-century-old church restored and turned over to the Laoag Diocese. This is Nico Balbidina for CBCP News Weekend Report. Around 3,000 people rallied behind Lingayen Dagupan Archbishop Socrates Villegas and other clergymen who are facing sedition charges. In a prayer march held last Wednesday, thousands of supporters protested the sedition charges filed against 4 bishops and other clergymen over their alleged involvement in the Ang Totoong Narcolist expose. Speaking in a mass held before the procession, Lingayen Dagupan Auxiliary Bishop Fidelis Laoag urged the faithful to stand up for the truth, justice, and human rights amidst what he called persecution. Laoag added that protecting justice and peace is a Christian obligation. Aside from Villegas, among those charged were Bishops Honesto Angtioco of Cubao, Bishop Pablo David of Caloocan, and retired Prelate Teodoro Bacani Jr. Also accused of the same charges are Divine Word priest Flavio Villanueva, Jesuit priest Albert Alejo, Father Robert Reyes, and La Salle brother Armin Luistro. Still in Manila, Auxiliary Bishop Roderick Pabilio has expressed sadness for the millions of contractual workers after President Rodrigo Duterte vetoed the security of tenure bill. In a CBCP News report, Pabilio said that Duterte has failed to fulfill his campaign promise of ending labor contractualization. Pabilio then explained that with that move, Duterte has shown that he is more pro-management than pro-workers. On July 26, Duterte vetoed the measure that aims to ban labor-only contracting or ENDO and other exploitative practice of employers. Labor group Kinusang Mayo Uno said that Duterte's flip-flopping on the matter only speaks of his treacherous character. In Baguio, Bishop Victor Bendico urged the faithful to make the beauty of their Christian faith shine out, even in the midst of attacks against the church and other problems besetting the country. At a priestly ordination at the Baguio Cathedral, Bendico reminded the faithful to bring forth the gospel truth, particularly urging the newly ordained Father Marion Nebres to make his faith the driving force of how he is to engage the country's situation. In a CBCP News report, he cited the accusations against church leaders, the spate of killings, and the other threats to human life as among the challenges that the ordinand will have to face. Taking inspiration from the theme chosen by Nebres himself for the occasion, Bendico invited the new priest and the congregation to reflect on these words of Saint Peter: "Whoever serves must serve with the strength that God supplies." In Visayas, the diocese and city government of Borongan have agreed to stop gambling in carnivals or peryahan as the parish gears for the Feast of the Nativity of the Virgin Mary. Bishop Crispin Varquez of Borongan said in a CBCP News report that gambling opposes and defeats the purpose of the feast as a celebration focused on the matters of faith. The bishop also warned that the peryahan creates a major distraction from authentic spiritual focus, especially among the young people. The statement was contained in a letter he wrote to Mayor Jose Ivan Dayan Agda on July 19. Echoing the sentiments of Bishop Varquez against gambling, Mayor Agda assured that he will not allow gambling in the peryahan to operate. Meanwhile, the 2-century-old church of St. Anne in Pidig, Ilocos Norte was turned over by the National Historical Commission of the Philippines to the Diocese of Laoag after undergoing restoration. In a mass officiated by Bishop Ronald Lunas of Pagadian to celebrate the Feast of St. Anne on July 26, the restored church was rededicated after 4 years of not being used for liturgical services. In his homily, the prelate spoke of the church as the living testimony to the presence of God in the midst of the people. With the efforts of the parishioners led by Father Lorenzo Torreflores and other local officials, the church underwent restoration following the standards of restoring historical structures. The Church of St. Anne of Pidig is one of the 12 standing Spanish-era built churches within the Diocese of Laoag. For more news and updates, visit cbcpnews.net and follow our social media accounts. This is Nico Balbidina for CBCP News Weekend Report.